Hello and welcome back to the Network Save, where it's me, the Target Man, and Rob, Wreck-It Rob, doing our online save as Oxford and Cambridge, the academic rivals, who aren't actually rivals as football teams, apparently. But there you go. It's been a long time since the last game. We've had Christmas, we've had a break over Christmas, where Rob obviously went home and visited family. So we continued playing the save in the background to move it on to a good point. But so we could keep playing the game and just jump the save forward a bit to an interesting point. And as you can see here from the league table, it has gone swimmingly well for Oxford United, whereas Cambridge, they've had a really difficult time. But Rob has really pulled it back in the last few games. He was down in relegation and now he is flying. So some real good comeback stuff from Rob. You might want to go and see his on his video. But we will catch up, and we've had a lot of games since that Wickham match back here, where we won 2-1. And as you can see, from Wickham onwards until the end of November, where we got knocked out of the cup annoyingly, but we had so many games: FA Cup, Carabao Cup, League, the Papa Pizza Cup, the FA Cup. Like, the games have been coming thick and fast, and we really suffered for it in December. But if we just click through these games quickly, I won't go into them all in too much detail. You'll see that we have been on a great form, and Daniel Jefferson has been scoring goals for fun. And I've realised I've only seen him pop up once since I've said that. But he has been scoring goals for fun. So I've been rotating the team a lot during this time because of the amount of games we've got. So Jefferson has been playing most of the important league games, and we brought Matt Taylor in for the cup. But Matty Taylor, since coming back from injury, he's been firing as well. I mean, he's only got a goal and assist in the league, and that's because he's been coming off the bench for Jefferson because he's obviously on fire. But in the cup, he's got 7 in the Papa John Pizza Trophy. He's got 1 in the Carabao. So yeah, that's quite a lot of goals, really. It feels like he scored a lot, but when I see this stat, I'm like, oh, maybe he hasn't. But we've had a lot of cup games, and Matty Taylor is still doing the business despite his big injury. But yeah, we beat Brighton, my club, in the cup, in the Papa John's, and we've gone quite far in a lot of cups until we played Man City at the Carabao Cup. That is where we started to crumble. Sheffield Wednesday somehow smashed us in the league 5-0, and then it all went tits up there. I thought the morale of Sheffield Wednesday smashing us was going to hit us hard. Then Man City, it was actually quite a good game. It went, we took an early lead, then Man City scored 2, but we were fighting back, and fucking Larios had to get himself sent off, which was infuriating, and we went all out attack because it was the end of the game, and obviously Grealish scored in the last minute, but it was a much closer game than 3-1 would say. So I was quite proud of the performance. But then we followed that up with a loss to Ipswich. But games that Saturday, Wednesday, Monday, Thursday, this was a terrible period for us. Jefferson still scoring, but the team just could not keep it together. And Charlton even managed to get a sneaky win through us. But then we hit January and things started to improve. We've scored. Jefferson still scoring. We got much of the Dozy contributing. We then beat Wickham again. Jordan Thompson scoring. We beat Man United's under 21s, which was lovely. They've got some good players in there, but I would expect to beat them. You know, most of the good ones are out on loan usually. We then lost to Fleetwood again, which made me worry because we've had a bit of a shaky start. But Jefferson still scoring. Again, Jefferson scoring, getting a last-minute draw against Ipswich, and finally beat Burton 2-0. Jordan Much, that free transfer we signed at the start of the season, has been cracking for us. 7 goals, 3 assists in that central midfield. Loving life with Jordan Much. But as you can see by the schedule and the date, we are at the end of January. January here. So that means transfers, and we've had transfers. We'll go into them now. So the first one out is Elliot Moore. I believe he was quite influential in real life, but in the game, just with the 10, 11, and 7 in the holy trinity of defensive stats, I just did not want to rely on him. So I got him out. 2 hearts. We got ourselves 40k for him. I'll take that. Next out, Yannick Wildshoot. He wasn't playing for us. We didn't use him. We had much better wingers, though his physicals were quite good. When I realised I still had him, I thought maybe I should have given him a bit more play time and used him in the rotation. but I didn't. We sold him out at CSKA. We got 51k. Every little helps. We did sell Simon East with the goalkeeper. You know, he was meant to be our first choice, but I gave it to McGinty because he was young and just as good. And then we signed that young kid from Arsenal, and he's been playing every game since. So Eastwood was let go. We got ourselves a nice bit of 45k, topping up that kitty little by little. Ocean Smith's gone out on loan. He just was not getting the game time. Yeah, he's all right as a backup, but we've got a lot of players in central midfield now, especially with Much coming in. So we let Oisin Smith go. This is a player I actually signed. He was, well, now it looks at 200k, but that's all with add-ons and stuff. And I quite liked him. Being 20 years old, he can cover both left and right back spot. Thought we could develop him, but he can't get a work permit. So we have loaned him out, but hoping he'll develop and we'll make at least a profit on it. But we'll see what happens with Kylian Kameli, not Mbappe. Next up's a big one. Brannigan was moaning he was not getting game time, which I kind of dispute. I was rotating him in the middle with Much, Thompson, and Bate, but he wasn't happy with the amount of game time he was getting. I promised him more game time, and I decided to just play him in every game because they're all just as good as each other, but I was rotating. And he had 21 games overall, 15 in the league, 6 subs. He was playing in my eyes, but he wasn't happy with it. And he wasn't happy with the promise, so I decided, yeah, well, we'll let you go. I know you were the most important player at the club when I signed you, when I joined the club, but I don't think he is that much better than everyone else. And he was 25, 26. He's not going to develop much more. So I cashed in. We got 2.8 million from Middlesbrough, which gave us a big lump of money in the kitty to go out spending. But I did realise that we have now let go quite a few central midfielders, and we play 3, and all of our backups now are loanees, and we have a lot of loanees, so I needed some backup in midfield. So a lot of this money has been reinvested in central midfielders, which you will see shortly. Finally, again, talking about the issues in central midfield, we have got rid of a lot of players in central midfield, and Alejandro was one. He's 29, and I just thought, he was actually playing games as a backup, but for 44k and his age and how good he is, I thought I'd rather just get rid. So we did, but we needed some central midfielders to fill in the void, and boy did we sign some, and maybe a controversial signing in there as well. But the first signing we made was the young Harrison Burrows from Peterborough. His potential ability looked a lot better when I signed him, but with that crossing as 15, reasonable physicals, and he's still got time to develop. I'm training him as a winger. I don't really want to play him defensively, but I think with that crossing, first touch, technique, and the physicals, he could develop to be something special. We've signed him for 205k. Again, it's very little, all in installments, and if he achieves things. So I thought that's good. We need some backup on the wings, and he's young, English. Maybe we'll make some profit. One thing I did not mention was we signed Jordan Hugo on a 3 from Norwich. He was released. I thought we could get a backup striker in here. He's actually not bad as a backup striker. He first wanted 20k, so I stopped talking to him. Then he wanted 8, stopped talking to him. Eventually he settled for 3.2k, and I thought with these stats as a backup, getting out of League One, he's someone I could rely on. He hasn't really played, but he said he just came in as a free transfer. So Jordan Hugo is in the club. Now here's the controversial one, because I wanted a good central midfielder to come in where Brannigan went out, but I wanted someone with potential that we could develop and improve. And I found Adam Wharton. I think he was loan listed at Blackburn, but 18, and he's pretty much just as good as Brannigan was, and he's got 5-star potential. So I invested most of that money from Brannigan into Adam Wharton. It shows up 4.1 million. I think it's under $1 million up front, $1 million and a bit in installments, and all the rest are in clauses if he achieves. But if he develops, we're going to make big profit on him. Hopefully he develops. He's going to play all the League One games, go up to the Championship and play games if we go up. Hopefully we can develop him and maybe make a big chunk of money on him in 3 years' time. So yeah, I took a risk. We've gone with Adam Wharton. Next up, we've lost a lot of central midfielders. So I've got Liam Gibbs in on loan. I know we've now got Bate, Kasady, and Gibbs as loanees in central midfield, so they can't all play. But there's no harm in having them in the team for such little money. He is quality. I will play my players over him first, but I just couldn't turn it down for the how good he is. Next up, we signed Daniel Sinani, a player that's not a lone player on the wings. To reduce the number of lone players in the squad so I can play the ones that I want, because we've been using Edozie quite a lot this season. Um, Solani looks quality. Yeah, crossing, dribbling, all these stats are really good. I think for League One he's great, which it shows up on his on the coach summary. And he was 750k again. I wish, can I see this in more detail? It was maybe 100k up front, 100k in installments and money here and there. But I thought he's a good player to bring in. And then next up, I bought some backup central midfielders that weren't loanies. First up is Lee Evans. He has come in from Swansea for 80k, again, 30k up front. Very mixed up, but very good backup, I think, to get out of League One. And maybe we'll set him on if we need to. And finally, Liam Walsh from Swansea as well. We've taken on a lot of their backup central midfielders to be ours. And if they're good enough to be back up in the Championship, they're good enough to be back up in League One, I thought, and we just needed the numbers. Again, 130k, but it's very cheap. So yeah, they have come into the squad. Our next match is in 3 days' time, so I will skip forward to the game. But first, Rob has to play his game. If you want to see what he's been up to, he has made some interesting signings. Maybe he'll tease you with one. I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but Dr. Benji-esque maybe. But we'll speak to Rob after the two matches and see what he has to say about them. Okay, then we are back, raring to go for our game against Shrewsbury. Here is the lineup. Jebby's at top. Murphy in on the left. He's got 5 goals this season and a few assists. Sinani's going to get a start on the right. I'm hoping he can start picking up. Lets us have our lone players in elsewhere. Wait, where's Edozie? Did Edozie get recalled? No. No. Thank God I signed Sinani. You bastards! I didn't even notice. He had 5 assists and a goal. They shook him back. They were moaning about where he was playing, but I can't believe they've done this. I mean, he scored in the champion. Did they just take over it and were willing to pay? I can't believe this. Edozie. He was recalled because he was being played outside his agreed position. I am furious. We've lost Edozie. Edozie's pace was vital. He turned out to be so much better than I thought. Well, that gives Matty Taylor, not Matty Taylor, that gives Burrows a chance to get into the team. And Sinani, thank God I signed both these guys to come in and do some damage. Sinani really is more of a left-sided. We're going to go for inverted winger here. Wow, there you go. A live update on the squad. Edozie's been robbed. I actually want to play Sam Long over Anderson. In the midfield, we've got Bate as the deep line playmaker. The new boy Wharton comes in that Brannigan role, and Much is in that central midfield attacking role. Larius is on the left. Larius, despite his stats, his form has never really been that good, but he's meant to be. He looks so good, so we're going to keep him there. Finley and So's been incredible. Finley, those stats is the reason why I don't have to play Pollock. Usually I would play Pollock and but with the amount of loanees in the squad, normally I can't even have Pollock on the bench. But we can have Pollock on the bench now, as I guess we lost Edozie. Kasady and Gibbs, both quality midfielders, but I need the quality in other positions. So when players need to rest and rotate, we can do that. Grazic, that boy from Arsenal who's come in for 100k overall now. Hopefully he can keep developing. He's conceded 20, but he's had 11 clean sheets in his first proper season of professional football. Hopefully he can develop. It's not really showing that he's developing at the moment, so he needs to start stepping that up. But here is the team. We've got Burrows on the bench, Browns on the bench, Matty Taylor here to back up Jeppy if we need it. One player you guys might not have seen is Richard Gerard. He was in our under 18s, but he has potential and we were having issues, so I brought him in. I've been giving him some game time, hoping he'll develop. He's not really been developing, but you know, he's a young Oxford boy. Thought I'll give him a chance. So that is the team for the game. Let's get into it. So the first 22 minutes, it's been all Oxford, but we have no goal to show for it, and that ball had nothing to show for it either. Shrewsbury going to have attack here, and against the runner play, get a goal. It's moving forward, a shot from range, but nothing spectacular. We have been dominating the scoreline, but we just don't have dominating the scoreline, dominating the game, but we just do not have the goals to back it up. And here they go, Shrewsbury against the runner play. What is going on with these pointless balls this match? Larios, what's in your bag, Larios? It's a ball to Murphy. Ball drops down. Oh, Jebby. It looks like Murphy just doesn't want to give the ball away. He seems to be hogging it quite a lot this game. But as we get to half time, and there is no goals to show for the dominance that we've had so far. Quite a lackluster game so far, and Shrewsbury take advantage of holding out at the back and then hitting us where it hurts. These players need to sort their crap out. Look at that, straight over. All those players on him don't even challenge him for the ball. Razic in no man's land, lobbed by the header. We need to sort our shit out. So we are going attacking. We've changed our wing backs to attack. We put Murphy on the right, brought Burrows on the left. We're going for that winger bit of luck. We'll see how this goes for 10 minutes. Maybe we'll stick another striker up there and get Matty Taylor on. But let's hope these boys can turn it around now. I am not very happy. Murphy gets a tackle. Can he turn to a provider now? He's been switched to a winger. Does put the ball into the box. Wharton, Sinani. Oh, he's offside. Here we go. Murphy. What can he find? Nobody. But Wharton's there. The young boy. A lot of expectation on him with that price tag. We managed to recycle the ball though. Keep up the pressure. Murphy. Bombs down. Can he find the cross? Nobody's there. Jefferson's not on the edge of that line. Finley. We're going again. We're going to be hit on the counter again. I just feel it. We're pushing too far forward. Larios, can he actually do something? He gets across. Jebby. Jefferson can't get the finish. It's another corner. Can we finally get a goal from a corner? No, much. He keeps it though. Bait. Long. Can he bomb down that wing? Crosses it. Another corner. Doesn't fill me with confidence with corners. I haven't really set anything up. Maybe I should go for it, but it's cleared again. Right, we're going for the striker who's not been doing well much. Wharton. Let's just get rid of Bait. Bait, get off. Matty Taylor's going to come on to save the day. Stick him on attack. Larios with the cross. Oh, there's no one there. Long. Can he get it in? Taylor's underneath but doesn't challenge. Shrewsbury are just holding on to this lead for dear life. The ball, Larios manages to intercept. Burrows, come on. Oh, come on. Somebody, 10 minutes to go. Back again. Burrows, Taylor scores. Sometimes you just have to go back to the old guard. And it's Taylor that scores. Burrows gets the assist. Contribute to the team already since coming in January. Now, do I leave it on attack and hope we get another? Or do I settle down a bit so we're a bit more solid? I'm going to leave it on attack. Of course I am, because I'm a fool. Oh, I'm a fool. Get it out. So reliable. Here we go. Murphy bombing forward. We've got plenty of players forward. Taylor can't quite get there, though. Can we get this ball back? So, no. Tunnicliffe. He's going to shoot from range. Oh, it's getting dangerous. It's getting squeaky. Here we go. Corner. The amount of corners we've had, statistically, one of these have to go in, right? Oh, for bugger. Winchester. He's held the ball up. He's got players in support, and it's DaCosta. Very fancy name for League One. Lee. I don't know what to say. Shipley. Oh no! I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. A flipping out of the box wonder goal. Of course it is. It's going to get tight at the top of the table now. If Lincoln have won, I'm only 3 points clear, I think. Shipley, what a finish, but for God's sake. Lincoln are winning for a 1 minute goal. Wharton, come on, save the day with an assist. It's whipped in. Taylor! Oh, you've got to be kidding. Oh, that's going to be it, isn't it? Fighting for a point now. It's been a difficult time since that December. We've had such a good run. And now it's just slowly falling apart. There's still time on the clock, though. Don't do it to me. That's not Shrewsbury. Come on. Oh, they're time wasting. Come on. Get that ball back. All right, please keep the highlight. Come on. No, that's going to be the game. For fuck's sake. Blow your whistle then, ref. Wharton. Oh, he's lost it. Maybe losing Brannigan has hurt us more than I thought it would. But I gave him more game time. And he still weren't happy. Well, there it is. We have lost to Shrewsbury at home despite having 20 shots to their 7. 12 corners. Ah, the XG as well. I can't believe we've been done there. See how that affects the league standings. I'm disappointed. We should have won that match. Continue. I want to see the league table. Rob needs to continue, so I'll cut forward to the league table. And here it is, the league table. Lincoln 2 points behind. We had a much bigger league at one point in this season, and the losses have just come thick and fast since December. Looks like Rob also took a battering, so he's maybe lost some points in that relegation race. But that is gutting. Where are Shrewsbury? Mid-table as well, man. That is disappointing. Let's go and hear from Roberto. Not gone too well for either of us in this match, I guess, in this game.
No, I got absolutely fucking destroyed by Ipswich. They were on fire from the off. Danny Rowe, my latest signing, gave away a penalty, and that just really tipped the dominoes over. And yeah, after having such a solid performance against Lincoln, my defense just crumbled against them. It was shocking. But then Danny Rose popped up at the end with a goal, eye for an eye.
Eye for an eye. 4 eyes for an eye. But yeah,
Well,
I absolutely battered Shrewsbury, and couldn't finish. All the shots, all the corners, nothing. So that's fucked me right up. Lincoln are literally 2 points behind me now. I'm glad you drew with them,
yeah,
otherwise we'll be
I
level.
know,
Well, they'll
I
be
know,
top
right?
on goal difference if they beat you. Jesus. So I might end up in a playoff fight at the end of this season. Who knows what's going to happen?
You definitely need to find some form. I mean, if we look at your schedule, actually, to be fair, you've had a tough time with it lately, haven't you? Really?
December has really made things
Yeah.
difficult. That too many games, and it's come back to bite me in the ass.
Plenty to go for him, and plenty to go. I'm sure he'll be fine.
In good news, I'm in the semi-final of the Papa John's Trophy, and everyone cares about that trophy.
Yeah, and I just noticed you played me the game before that.
Oh, fucking great! Game after game after game after game. Oh man, and I play a game on the Wednesday before you.
You do, yeah. Bro,
And that's a
I
big
I
game.
probably do.
They're 4th.
Yeah,
So yeah.
you'll play them, play me, and then play them again in the final.
But rumour has it on the BBC gossip page that you've made some weird signings. You want to share any?
Well, I brought in Loic Remy, as you'll know, a Premier League superstar from QPR, and I tried my hardest to get Luis Suarez, but it just wasn't happening for me. So I thought, you know what? If I can't have that part of the SAS, I'll get Daniel Sturridge instead.
So Rob is relying on the true old guard to save himself this
I
season.
mean, let me tell you, they've played 2 games so far, and maybe there's a reason why there were free transfers 6 months into the season, but we'll give them a chance.
You've given them a year. They've got until the end of next year, so you've got to keep paying them next season.
I mean, Daniel Sturridge is valued at 1.8 million, so if I can get some socket to sign him,
Sure, good luck.
you never
if
know.
you,
You
if
never
you
know.
sell Sturridge for that money, I'll be furious. Shocking, man. No one who he should be playing at can afford him.
I mean, he's only on 1K
Loic
a week.
Remy's way better than he is stat wise, and he's worth 45k.
Hey, it's the English tax.
English tax, that's true. Well,
Cool.
after that disappointing day for the both of us, I guess we'll see him in the next one.
See you in the next one.
See you in the next one, Lloyd.
Where the fuck?